Welcome to another episode of In the Nude. Today I want to talk about how our body is connected to our healing journey. Okay. Sometimes we all know that everything's connected, right? Like our nervous system connects to our skeletal system that connects to our cardiovascular system that connects to our membrane system that connects to our endocrine. It's all intertwined. Like you can't it's one of the crazy things about our healthcare system that's not really healthcare but secure, because they only look at one little facet of your person, and that one little facet of your person is connected to everything, right? It can get extremely overwhelming when you're sitting there trying to take care of your personhood and all the different facets. Like you moving your body, you need to make sure you're hydrating, you're trying to think of being empathetic and mindful, and you're trying to think about how to eat sustainably, and it can be a lot, right? So today I want to talk about two simple things that you can do that make a big impact without having to be crazy all over the place. A simple shift, if you will, right? So in a world where you're trying to live healthier, right, and you're trying to pull yourself back from all of the ish that is in our food, that is in our water, that is in our life, and you're trying to be more holistic and take care of yourself, be more intuitive to your body, right? Something that's small that you can change, right, is a couple things. Okay, one is, one of the easiest transitions I found with the least resistance is, instead of thinking of subtracting things from your life, it's the mentality of adding to your life. Okay, so say for example, like diet culture, right, is this idea, is a whole nuanced thing that we could go into, right? Diet is simply the word, it means what you eat. So when somebody says like, we're going on a diet, it's really weird to me, because diet is literally just the food you consume. So what they should be saying is, I'm adjusting my diet, versus I'm going on one, because you're always on. Anyway, we'll leave it alone, right? Okay. But that mentality a lot of times is this viewpoint of what you can't have. I'm cutting away this and I'm cutting away this, and they're like doing this subtraction from their life. If you instead have the mentality of, I'm adding in, right? Okay. So say for example, you're trying to eat more healthy, right? It's the idea of, I'm adding in an extra portion of plants for every meal, right? Maybe you're not into like veggies yet, okay? So you're doing things that are more like cucumbers, right? And because those are technically fruit, or like peppers or avocados. Again, those are all technically fruit. Or maybe you're not even there and you have to go like more sweet because you're more apples, oranges, or whatever. But like the more you can add plant fiber to your body, the better for your body, right? Like to a certain degree, obviously. Like if you're eating like 17 apples a day, there's like something. So take this with all the grains of salt. But anyway, but the idea of adding. So for me, when I was trying to shift, I did an added portion of vegetables for every meal, right? So a lot of times people don't think about having a vegetable with breakfast. For me, my household, we have a vegetable with breakfast. We add that in. And it's one of the first things we eat, because fiber is easier burned by your body. So you start with the thing that your body breaks down. So like fruit and the vegetables, right? But when you have the mentality of you're adding to your life instead of subtracting, you won't have to really think about the things that fall away. When you first focus in on eating the dietary fiber of fruits and vegetables, or nuts, right? Those are all dietary fibers. You're naturally going to have things that fall off, because you come to a place where you're like, oh, I am full. And you're trying to listen to your body, right? So at a certain point, things will fall aside without you even having to have the focus on it. And then you don't have to have this strict viewpoint on what you can and cannot do. And it allows you to feel more free in enjoying your life, because whenever you try to get extremely strict on our bounds, we end up feeling handcuffed, we end up feeling caged, and then we lash out, because nobody likes that. But that shift in mentality of adding to our life is a huge, tiny thing that you can do, right? Just stop thinking of it like what you're misdirecting, and you start focusing what you want more of. You want more thrive, you want to feel healthier, so we're just adding a little bit of health into our life. We're not taking away the fun, that's not what we're doing. We're adding in some health, because that's towards our goal, right? A very simple way to do this, a very simple means that you can make a huge impact on the amount of things that are coming into your body and like causing effects, is water filtration. Getting a whole house filter is extremely, like, you can look into it, but like there's a lot to it. But taking the time to get like a shower filter. Think about how hot your showers are or your baths are, right? There's all this warmth that's happening. Your cells are opening up, and then all of this retreated and like ish water is coming in a contact with your body. And everything you rub on your body is absorbed into your bloodstream through your skin glands and all that, right? So when you have a filtration that you can just like individually get on your shower, you don't have to have a whole house system, you don't have to have a whole apartment system. It can dampen the amount of that happening and coming into your body. It's one of the time periods you're most likely to be affected by it because of how open your pores are, right? That's a simple way. Another really amazing simple thing is to get a very good filtration system for your water, right? I'm not talking about like a refrigerator filter. I'm talking about like a full system, right? In the description, I'll put the system that I use with me and my kids. But the thing with this is it filters out all of the stuff that's in it, which is fantastic. And it leaves you like this very bare water, but you will have to add minerals back in because think of it this way. Water is like polarizing, right? It attracts and repels, right? When water is empty and devoid of minerals that naturally exist in, say, river, stream water, or whatever, is when it comes into your body, it will start attracting in those minerals, right? So when you drink bottled water on its own that is not remineralized, your body is getting those minerals leached. It's pulling zinc, it is pulling calcium, it's pulling potassium, right? It's pulling it from your body. And that's not helping you. That's leaving your teeth more susceptible for cavities. It's leaving your bones more brittle for decay, all of that, right? So something that's simple that can help with remineralizing your body your water is soul water, which is if you get like real salt, it's an actual like title, REAL salt. It's like a pink mineralized salt, right? You can make soul water by making hypersaturated solution, which is like essentially a really heavy duty salt water, right? Where you boil water and you add salt until the salt won't absorb any further into the water, right? So it's very, very salty water. And you can just do like a little 5 milliliters into a big bottle of water. And that's enough to add the minerals back into your water. You also have like remineralizing droppers you can buy, but if you're looking for the cheapest way to do it, soul water is one of those. But water, whether it's on your body or inside your body, is one of the easiest, simplest, like things you can adjust that make a huge impact. This affects what you're like, if you can get a whole house system, it's amazing because then you don't have to worry about all the different subsets, and it's including things like what you're rinsing your fruit off with or what you're washing your clothes in, all of that. But for me personally, that hasn't been able to be on my budget. So what I have is one part for my water drinking, and I'm recently adding a shower filter for the other side of it, right? But water is so integrated into how and what we do with everything, it makes a big impact. So for me, I cook with my drinking filtrated water. I rinse my fruit with my drinking filtrated water. Water makes up so much of what our person is that this small shift, there's a lot of things you can do, but this small shift is a great, like, I can't keep my head around everything else. This is one like very big thing. And I'm not like, there's no sponsorship on any of this. This is just something that I have found in the course of me going to integrated medicine doctors and my researching and my trying to heal myself and my stumbling and falling. I've come across that if I focus on adding things to my life instead of subtracting, I have a better attitude about it. I have a more sustainable nature to be able to maintain it. And if I think in ways that are integrated and passive but great impact, water is a huge impact in how we make our coffee or teas. If you do hydration or pre-workouts or anything like that, like it all makes a difference. There's like so much that can be done to help yourself, but it can be very overwhelming. So this is simply trying to give you 2 tiny shifts. One is a perspective on how you're viewing it, right? It's just shifting from what I can't have to what I want more of. And the other is water plays a big part.